What is up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy Motor City Don P here. You know the Motor City Cats back at it. Came to give you stats and not static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. We're going to go ahead and get into the combine results because the combine is officially in the books. The NFL's 2025 scouting combine is no longer. And there were some standout performances. There were some duds. I just want to talk about the biggest dud of them all. And this really probably doesn't have anything to do with us because we don't need anything from this position. We don't need wide receivers. If you want to take one in the fourth round or whatever, or fifth round, to be my guess, I don't care. But in the first 3 rounds, we don't need one. We have ain't nobody got time for that moment. And speaking of time, Mr. Isaiah Bond, wide receiver, Texas, says that he will break the record when running the 40-yard dash. He said he's going to run a 4.2. He said if he's feeling good, he'll run a 4.1. So as I thumbed through the situation, because obviously I didn't watch the wide receivers, didn't care nothing about them. If you've heard this channel, if you've seen this channel, if you've watched anything that I have done in the draft coverage, you will know I have paid zero attention to the offensive side of the football. It is a waste of time for me right now. Okay? We got, you know who we got. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got Jahmyr Gibbs. We got J-Mo. We got David Montgomery. We got Tim Patrick. Maybe we'll still got. We got Khalif. We got Sam LaPorta. We got. I don't care about nothing else. We got the weapons, okay? Now, the only thing that I did float is like, what if you go ahead and you picked up a Jalen Milroe and he was your third and short and your fourth and short, tush-push type of quarterback, to help keep the defense off of the field. That's just an idea I floated. That's neither here nor there. Isaiah Bond did not run a 4.2. He did not run a 4.1. He damn near didn't run a 4.3. He ran a 4.39. I ran a 4.39 in high school. He is no faster than me. So Isaiah Bond, talking about you going to break the record. To you, I say, sir, ain't nobody got time for that. All right. Let's get on to what we came here to talk about. We came here to talk about the defensive linemen. And obviously we are in need of an edge. We don't know what's happening with the Myles Garrett situation. So let's go ahead and look at the 40 times for our defensive lineman, our edge. We've got James Pierce Jr. coming in at a 4.47. Colin Oliver coming in at a 4.56. Fadil Diggs coming in at a 4.57. Shamar Stewart 4.59. Ja Joyner 4.60. Tyler Barron 4.62. Jordan Bush 4.67. Landon Jackson 4.68. And we stop at Landon Jackson because those are some of the people that I did. Let me see if I can go down. All right, Princely, 4.72. Okay, and I told you guys before, he ain't fast. He relies on his quick first step, which is not quick, to get around edges. He's trying to bend the edge without having the bend or the speed. He doesn't use his hands. If you were a person that said that you were trying to get to Princely on this team, please go look at the tape and then confirm the tape with the numbers. Okay. So yeah, those are the people that I kind of, obviously I think there were some others that I had pinpointed that they're not on here. Like I don't see Nick Scorton on here and some others. But if you're looking for a Shamar Stewart has now drawn comparisons to Danielle Hunter. I think I said earlier, imagine Shamar Stewart around here looking like Danielle Hunter. And there's been an executive, a scout, that when asked about Shamar Stewart's college production, what did he think about it? He said, well, how about Danielle Hunter? So obviously Danielle Hunter didn't have great college production, but look at him now, right? We all wanted Danielle Hunter. Brad Holmes picked up the phone and called about Danielle Hunter. He tried to get him from the Vikings. The Vikings said, no, we already gave you J-Mo. We're not going to have egg on our face twice. We gave you J-Mo. Y'all gave us freaking TJ Hutchinson. Who won that trade? I mean, it wasn't the same trade, but the point is we traded TJ Hutchinson to them, and since that trade, they haven't beat us. So it's not like he's done a lot. And I said this when it happened. I said, if we trade you within the division, we do not care about you. We are not in fear of you. Okay? All right. So James Pierce Jr., apparently his off the field stuff is attitude problems. I don't think attitude problems, coupled with the fact that the guy is 6'5" and runs a 4.47 off the edge, coupled with the fact that you probably can add a few pounds to his frame, I don't think attitude problems are going to stop a team from drafting him and understanding the potential, especially if it's a team that's got a decent enough culture, right? Obviously, the Lions have a fantastic culture, but the Lions are number 28. So if he was going to slip down to number 28, that would mean that all those teams that I thought that would probably take a risk and draft him, which I don't think it's a big risk. You have attitude problems, right? So does freaking Quay Walker, right? Anger management issues, attitude problems. And now he's meditating and being all zen and stuff and trying not to give up 15-yard penalties to the Detroit Lions. I don't think that those are the things that are going to stop a team from drafting a physical freak with all of the college production that he has. Okay. He's got the tape and he's got the numbers to back it up. All right. But Shamar Stewart, as I said, he's 6'6". He's 290 pounds. He ran a 4.59 40. Okay. If a man is that large and moves that fast, I don't think he's going to be available at number 28. Okay, so he's a guy that you're probably going to have to trade up for to get. Now, a guy like Landon Jackson, who does look a little bit stiff out there. He is aggressive. He is a beast. He's violent. You know, he does all the things that he needs to do with his hands and everything. He ran a 4.68. Now that pretty much kind of showed you where he was going to be anyway. Nobody really thought he was going to run fast. So there are some questions about athleticism, but his raw power and ability and his ability to approach a pass rush with a plan. That's a guy that you probably could get at number 28. Now, could you get him at 60? I don't know about all that. But at number 28, I think he would be there. All right, let's switch over to the linebackers because, you know, that's who I was paying attention to, and one in particular. All right, the fastest linebacker was Kane Madrano out of UCLA. He ran a 4.56. Eugene Asante out of Auburn ran a 4.48. Jihad Campbell ran a 4.52. I'm going to stop right there. Okay. Actually, I'll go a little bit farther. I'll just go down as when I see Demetrius Knight Jr. ran a 4.58. I think he equipped himself well. As I said before, Demetrius didn't have a whole lot of publicly available tape. He's very good against the run. He runs a 4.58. That's a guy that probably, he's probably a second round prospect anyway. I don't think anyone falls in love with him to the point where they'll move up to the first or grab him in the first round. I just don't think that that's the grade that's on him. We said in the show on Friday, I think it was Friday, maybe it was Wednesday, I don't know, but we talked about it. We said in the show that he was not a complete linebacker. He was more of a run defender. Because coverage was kind of shaky, and there's not a lot of film and tape on him doing it. So I think, again, he's probably kept himself in the second round with his athleticism. Had he run like a 4.7 or something like that, he probably would have dropped himself in the third round, maybe even the fourth, because as I said, he is incomplete as far as what a Sam is going to be. But let's go back to my guy, my friend, Jihad Campbell. I've spoken so glowingly about Jihad Campbell. There is, I don't think too much more that I can say about Jihad Campbell. Um, the only thing that I would say is that I think he did what he was expected to do. But I think when he did some of those agility drills and, working the bag and things of that nature, he showed you how quick, how fast, how explosive he was. And I think that was probably more impressive than what his 40 time would be. If anybody was going to fall in love with Jihad Campbell, if they weren't already in love with him, I think his workout, his ability to catch the ball, his ability to use his hands, his ability to use power, his ability to do all the things, his agility, his quickness, all of that was on full display at the combine. And I think that if you didn't love him coming in, some people probably fell in love with him. There's a lot of mock drafts, most mock drafts, every mock draft that I've done, pretty much, Jihad Campbell is available to us at number 28. Now, if Jihad Campbell is available to us at number 28, and I'm assuming that this is without trading up, because obviously you never know how the draft is gonna fall. Just look at last year; nobody expected the first defensive player to go at pick 14. Okay, but that's not gonna happen this time. I promise you. This draft, I believe, is probably heavier on the defense than it is on the offense, even though it is a very good offensive draft. If you're talking about receivers and you're talking about running backs, quarterbacks, terrible. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves. Quarterbacks, probably the worst class in the last 10 years, maybe. I mean, there's some things that may rival it, but it's a pretty bad class. So it's not going to happen. But you never know how it's going to fall. So I'm just doing this based off of not having trades or being privy to the knowledge of what trades will happen or whatever. If you're staying there at number 28 and Jihad Campbell falls to you at number 28, Nick Scorton has been a guy that's been mocked to us at number 28. Nick Scorton is also a guy that has been compared to Josh Pascal. So I say to you, if it's between Jihad Campbell and Nick Scorton, who is the best player available? The value there, I think, for Jihad Campbell is far beyond the value for a second tier edge, if you want to call it that. I thought Nick Scorton was good. I thought his tape was good. I think he's probably going to be a better player than Jihad. No, that was a mistake. I think he's probably going to be a better player than Josh Pascal. I think he has a pass rush plan. Josh Pascal doesn't really get to the passer too much, and I don't even think that's something that the Lions really ask him to do, because he doesn't seem to have the ability to do it. He kind of bulked up. I think he's primarily supposed to play on the inside, but he does both inside and outside. But I think Nick Scorton is just going to be better than Josh Pascal. Now, do I want to miss out on a Jihad Campbell for a Nick Scorton? No. In this situation, I take Jihad Campbell, and I let the second round determine what edge rusher I'm going to get. Because let's not forget, as people have said, did people forget that we have Big Z? No, we didn't forget we have Big Z. Okay. And we definitely want to see Big Z and Hutch together. So if you're now going, okay, let me go ahead and get Jihad Campbell because we don't have a need. That's not true. We have massive needs on the defensive line. But if you get a Jihad Campbell and you put him behind Hutch, or you put him behind Big Z, and you let him rush the passer, and you let him stop the run, and you let him drop into coverage, this kid is special. This kid is special. This kid is dynamic. And if you can get him at number 28, it is an extreme steal for Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions to be able to get him. And if you got to get him and you got to say goodbye to Derek Barnes, I'm sorry, Derek Barnes, goodbye. You are a valued member of the Detroit Lions, and I shouldn't say it that callously, but Derek Barnes, we will see you on the other side. We hope you go somewhere and get your bag, and we hope you have a great career, and we hope you're a Hall of Famer. That's the nicest I can say anything. I'm not going to disparage Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes came here and he took a while to develop, but he developed into a guy that most of us don't want to see go. We don't want to see Derek Barnes go. But if it's trading off Derek Barnes for Jihad Campbell right now, I'm going to say, yes, I'll take Jihad Campbell. Because I think Jihad Campbell can be that special. I think he can be a gold jacket player. I think he can. If he has the right coaching, hello, Detroit Lions, hello, Coach Shep, hello, Shep used to be a linebacker, hello, he's our defensive coordinator right now, hello, you play to win the game, okay? You play to win the game. And I think if you draft Jihad Campbell in round number 1, you are playing to win the game. Round 2, there's still going to be a plethora of edges available, a plethora of nice defensive linemen. You can trade up in round 2 and you can grab your guy there. But round number 1, if it falls the way that it's been mocked to fall, and sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but if it falls that way, I think you go ahead and you do your BPA, you grab Jihad Campbell, and you win day 1 for the Detroit Lions. That is going to be it for me today, guys. I don't care about the receivers, and I'm a former running back. I'm a former cornerback. I don't care about those positions today. Okay, later rounds, fine. If you want to grab yourself a corner in the later rounds, hell, even the 3rd round, because who knows what Ennis the Menace is going to be. Obviously, we think that Terrion Arnold is going to be, he's going to be better than what he was last year. I mean, there were videos posted of him working on his technique, and the thing that he was very intentional about was getting his head around. And this is something that I've said about Terrion Arnold. I said Terrion Arnold's coverage is sticky. He just needs to get his head around. He started getting his head around. He'll be less grabby. He'll have less penalties called on him, and he'll get more interceptions. Interceptions he'll get, okay? Because he didn't have any as a rookie. But interceptions he'll get if he gets his head around and locates the football. So I'm not going to call Ennis the Menace a bust. That's not what I'm going to say. But what I was really, really not pleased with in the draft process last year was his injury history. And you see he struggled to get and stay on the field. And he didn't struggle to get and stay on the field because he was a rookie. He struggled to get and stay on the field because he was injured. Soft tissue injuries, which he was dealing with in college, right? Soft tissue injuries. Pulled a hamstring, hurt a groin, whatever the case may be. Okay, so I didn't want to see him drafted, especially not in the 1st round. Some mocks had him drafted and going to us in the 1st round. Well, he did go us to in the 2nd round. Pick number 61, I believe it was. Probably would have liked to have seen something else happen there. Not sure. However, if you want to get a corner in the 3rd round to be insurance, I 100% have 100% faith in Brad Holmes to be able to get a corner in round number 3 or round number 4, right? To grab a Renardo Green type of guy, just as insurance, just in case, and is still dealing with all of these injury concerns and issues. But other than that, bro, if you get whatever tight end you get, whatever wide receiver, whatever, guard, tackle, whatever you get, I don't care. I just want in the first 3 rounds, I just want to see Brad go Jihad Carter, edge, defensive tackle, whatever. Okay. If you want to double up in rounds 2 and 3 on an edge, be my guest. if you're not gonna double up, or if you're gonna say, well, we're gonna get Jihad Campbell in the first round, okay, Jihad Campbell, Jack Campbell, Dan Campbell, that's Campbell's soup right there. Shout out, somebody said that in my chat. I don't want to step on your toes and say that I took it, but you know, I made it famous. All right, y'all. Once again, that is the Motor City Cats. We are back at it. We came to give you stats. We came to give you static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. And if anybody out there sees Isaiah Bond, just let them know.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Peace. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.